down, guys. Calm down. I'm here. Don't worry. First the intro, then the action. See you in a minute. What's going on, everyone? How are you all going today? I hope you're going very, very well. Let's readjust the microphone. There we go. What is this? Shaw SM7B. Buy Shaw shares. Always a great mic. Well, actually, it's okay. It's okay. It's not bad, guys. Not bad. Anyone been following us on the Twitters today? I've been tweeting out of control. I'm like Elon Musk on this thing right now. Look at this. 5 hours, 7 hours, 7 hours. We're getting people sending us in double rainbows, guys. Is this a sign of things to come? Check out this beautiful picture. Ooh, look at that double rainbow. Damn. Thank you very much again to Miro for sending this through. Then we get a second double rainbow. I'm becoming obsessed with this. Look, another one. Out of nowhere. What does it mean? Is it a sign? Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, look, I do post a few things over here on the Twitter, and this is a bit of an advert. Come follow us on the Twitters. I want to get this thing over 1,000. We have 301 viewers, maybe 400 straight away today. So make sure you get in here. FX Evolution on the Twitters. Let's get this thing up to 1,000 so I feel good. And hopefully I can then post some stuff there that's going to be a little bit different. It's in the Discord community as well. But yeah, come on, follow us, get in on the action. All right, guys. So what's happening right now? Silver gold holders. I want to see you put your hands up right now. Who's happy with gold? Who's happy with silver? I know I'm happy with both, but especially silver. Silver, 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 silver. The squeeze has been going on. Let's not even call it the squeeze, though. Let's just call it the quality price action, because we really spotted this as a community some time ago, and I think we've followed through incredibly well as a community as well, which has been excellent. Let me pull all this down, make sure you guys get the optimum viewing experience. Who is Michael Burry? Exactly. Who is that guy? Random dude. Elon hasn't tweeted about crypto in 24 hours. You know why that is? Because Elon can never buy Bitcoin again. Did you guys know that? Elon can't buy Bitcoin again. Because if he buys Bitcoin, he's going to be abused even more. So all he can do now is talk about Doge, talk about Shibu, or make his own coin. And I suspect he's making his own coin. It's almost guaranteed. Anyway, let's just quickly talk about AMC because it's coming in here at a $15. I know that has some of you squeeze people excited. Look, we'll go through these. We haven't done it in a while. Then we'll go through crypto. Then we'll go through the stock market. We'll go through commodities. We'll do it all together as a community. I also want to give big props to Matthew Tainch. If he's out here, it isn't showing right now, but he did donate $10. And his message was something like, yeehaw, gold, silver, hell yeah, baby. He didn't exactly say those words, but that is what I think he meant. That is what I think he meant. Matthew Tainch, always a big supporter of the channel. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it, bro. So, $14. Resistance met. Today, $14.92. Actually, it was even higher yesterday, I believe. So this is really pushing a few things. It's pushing this thing, firstly, $15. I mean, this is the first high we've seen in some time. Is $20 the next signal? I think every $2 increment is very important. 16, 18, 20 are all going to be important. But maybe this ship has sailed. Okay, you think of that ship sailed, then you go over to GME. Now, I've been pretty, let's call it, quiet on this one. I haven't even spoken about it for quite some time. And the main reason why is it's been relatively boring. But it is possibly going to heat up, and it heats up somewhere around this 185. Why is that? Because when we think about what's happened recently, let's get rid of our old existing lines. It's been a long time since we've been on this chart. What could happen if we get past this last point of resistance? Maybe we see some further squeezing here on GME. Now, not my kind of thing, but I do think it's an interesting zone where a bottom formation has occurred. We've got volume coming back in here, and we're about to break out past the point that could not break last time, which could sequence a very significant move back into the 200s. This is well behind, of course, the AMC move. Then we move over to other popular things. Of course, Tilray went up a little bit yesterday. Now, this hasn't been as allocated to squeezes, but Tilray's often known to move after the GME fact. We got it back over here in the March during the second spurt. It's been a bit of fails over here, of course, through earnings, didn't do so well, but maybe this one comes back a light. So for people that are looking at something that hasn't happened yet, potentially it is there. And then, of course, we've got the silver and the gold. We'll do that soon. What's gold at? I was going to sell today for Bitcoin, Rich Buddy says. Yeah, I don't blame you, man. Gold's about 1871. And I think Bitcoin is really heating up. One sec, guys. I'll just quickly cough. 1 second. Got to get rid of this. All right, feeling better. Yeah, so 1875 hit. Look at the reprice here on gold. Before we get into the crypto world, check this out. Amazing breakout. 1842, very strong level, closed above. When that happened, very quick price movement to the 1875. That was, of course, our target as a community. I think we did really well here, guys. Congratulate yourself on that move. The next move for gold, though, is also incredibly significant because what happens if gold gets through this zone? I think it actually starts to move up to 1960. Now, it may not happen right now. Maybe it does. But for me, I kind of enjoyed the move to here, and I was pretty comfortable with this level. I'm comfortable with it going to 1900 without me, and I will probably wait to see more. Just like we did over here, we waited to see more. We had 1825 as kind of our take profit level. It went a little bit higher, 1840. It's come back down. It meant that we were very close to the pure technical zone. And now what I'm actually looking for is gold to come back down and then move back up. Something like that makes a lot of sense to me. It may continue here. It's obviously bullish in all of the charts. 4 hour looks bullish. 2 hour looks bullish. I mean, they all look bullish, ready for a break. But is it too fast, too soon? I mean, gold's known for doing legs. Really, it's not the gold chart that interests me. It's probably more the silver chart that interests me. So it's this chart right here because this chart got through 28. And you guys correctly predicted this yesterday. You all did this together. Man. It was phenomenal. Effectively, we predicted down here that we were consolidating, that when we got through 28, and I'd encourage anyone to go and look at this, that when we got through this zone, we were always going to re-smash 28. Why? Because 27.72, it was coiling before. We had that price action coming into the market yesterday. And then when it got through this high, it took out all the stop losses, and we then get that reprice level. What have I been telling you guys as a community? I've always said this. They stop hunt, they get the algorithm through, and they smash it. And look how fast the reprice is, incredibly quickly. So where's our target on silver? It still remains 30. And our longer term target is, of course, can we get through 30? We've had alerts there now for months. You take a look at this. What's my early warning sign? Or early kind of predictor. So 30 is clearly the resistance. My early predictor is going to probably be something around this weekly. I want to see a weekly close 28.50 plus. We're on Tuesday market here, so not long, and we are already at 28.52. Can we get a 28.50 plus close though for the end of the week? If it's not already at 30, I think that's bullish. We've got a series of higher lows coming through the last couple of months. It's very, very good here for silver overall. Very cool. Let's read the chat here. Let's see what's happening. Would be great. I'm holding gold, lol, says Massey. Hey, there was a guy that sold 2 BTC at about 65K in the community. You guys remember it. I shared the image. He very generously allowed me to share the image, and he just stacked silver. And he goes, I'm in it. I'm all in, guys. He put 2 BTC, 65K USD. So what's that? $130,000 into silver ignits and, of course, coins and other things. So I was pretty impressed. I'm sure he is not regretting that decision, considering where Bitcoin is right now and how much his silver has appreciated. Congratulations to him. Very cool. It does not work with meme stocks. Meme stocks don't follow price. It follows take profit areas because it's basic human psychology. But yeah, each one of these meme stocks will just go based on, of course, whether the Reddit community, whether the YouTubers, whoever follows that kind of thing comes through. So yes, certainly does. Thank you very much for all of these comments. Colin Iverson says, happy with silver, but will sell my longs this week. Congratulations still, Colin. You've had a nice trade. Nothing wrong with that. I saw another rainbow, Brad says, ending at the poo sanitation plant yesterday. No joke. This is the third one this week, Tom. It's getting kind of ridiculous, and this isn't getting more coverage. All right, Brad S. I don't know what that means, man. Maybe it means something crazy. I'm not sure. Again, thank you very much, Matthew Tainch. Let's get over to the crypto world because I'm feeling all right about the crypto world, guys. I know a lot of you are like, oh, man, it's all over. It's all bad. But you know what? I think it's all looking up. Let's go over here to BTC. BTC still rules the world as of this cycle. And guys, what did we just see happen? 8-hour candle. 8-hour candle. Long-legged Doge. Or Doge coin. Long-legged Doge coin. We've got the high. We've got the low on the 8-hour. Our favorite time frame to be looking at. And then we get the closure above. Boom. Now we have made the decision long. You would think that's what the market's looking at here. 45,000. We've got clear resistance just around that 46. This is clearly an area that it's struggling with. But I'm thinking we're getting that secret sauce a little bit early here. Bitcoin's starting to look a little bit better. Let's go down to the 2-hour. Have a look here. Coiling action. You know how explosive this move is going to be if we crack 46. Oh my goodness. We're going to have a smaller time frame double bottom in. We're going to have the exact same point of very similar dominance in the market from Bitcoin's perspective. And we'll talk about that in just a few moments. I'm actually thinking as well, what I might do, and you guys tell me whether it's a good idea. I'm thinking of doing a 10-minute segment every day on this stream where we talk about a concept, whether that's a learning concept, whether that's a market current news concept or whatever it is. And I'm thinking then of cutting it up and releasing it on the channel. What do you guys think about that? Should we do like a 10-minute kind of session where I just kind of have a rant about something, record it, upload it for you guys separately, and then of course put it out as content? It would certainly help the channel. And I think that might be a good idea. So guys, if you have ideas of things that you've seen out there that you think are really good, then maybe we should do them live and then record them and put them up. So I really like this BTC chart. I love the coil here. Let's go down to the smaller time frames. Let's go to like the 1 hour. Take a look at that. Boy, oh boy, look at this thing. It's trapped within the 50 exponential and the 20 exponential. Look how awesome it is. 20, 50, very, very good. I like this kind of thing a lot because whenever we see the coil within these moving averages, we know that it's getting ready for some seriously big salsa action. And of course, if you want tacos and you want all that good stuff, you want the moon, the rockets, whatever else you're looking for, you need breakouts from these kind of consolidation coils. What do we know as well? When you get a consolidation coil and you break out, similar to the silver play, it usually is explosive and moves quite quickly. So I'm actually pretty bullish here on Bitcoin. I've explained it yesterday, but maybe I'll explain it a little bit more. So I'll just start a segment right now, okay? Let's start a segment right now. So I think it's really important that we talk about this Bitcoin level and we talk about Bitcoin's dominance in the market. Basically, Bitcoin dominance is always the most important thing when it comes to understanding whether the market is still in a very similar cycle. Here we have percentage of total market capitalization. We covered this yesterday on the chart. And you'll notice over here, we have 2017 June. We have Ethereum also spiking at that point. Now we've got a much more mature Ethereum, but also a much more mature or newer kind of alternate market. So that's others down here. And what you'll notice is if you take all the dominance together, Bitcoin is exactly where it should be for this period in time. In fact, I think the dominance now for Bitcoin, let's have a look at this chart. The dominance is 39.97%. Might be even a little bit lower than that. Now, if we go back over here and look at the dominance, it was 37.84%. Interesting coincidence. So whether you think Elon took it out of the market or something else, I think it's actually the exact same sequence at the exact same time. Even on the Twitters today, not that one. Even on the Twitters today, I shared the halving report, which you can find from Halving Tracker. You can follow them on Twitter. And you'll notice if we have a look at Exhibit A over here, look at this. 2016 low, 2021 low. Now, what happened after this? Incredible movement. And I think I want to go back and illustrate this on the BTC chart again, because if we go back to the BTC chart and you think about, let's say we put a bottom in here today. Let's say we put this closure above the 46,000 and we put it in a few hours. What's that going to do? Well, it's going to send bullish movements in Bitcoin, but at the same time, have you ever seen Bitcoin crash without doing a euphoric move with a blow off top? What happened here? I say no, we've never seen that. We saw a high, massive crash, normal in Bitcoin, normal in crypto, followed by a new high, followed by a very weak move, and then a movement back down and movement sideways. This could just be a larger consolidation in the next move. I think still Bitcoin has a lot of derivatives. It has a lot of leverage behind it. It's got a lot of this cycle talk, and everyone lost faith this week. And I'll tell you this thing about trading, guys. When everyone loses the faith, you should be even more excited. I'm excited. Do you know how excited I am about this chart right now? I'm really I'm like Big Kev. Anyone in Australia would understand that. I'm Big Kev and I'm damn well excited. Unfortunately, I think something bad happened to Big Kev. I can't remember how he died, but the thing is, Big Kev is a bit of an Australian icon, by the way, guys. You can look him up online. But yes, the way that we look at this particular chart is that when other people are scared, when other people are fearful, what do you need to be? According to Warren Buffett, even though he hates Bitcoin a lot, he would say you need to be a greedy thing. Now, are we going to be a greedy thing? Do we have bearish sentiment here in Bitcoin yet? Not as long as we hold above the weekly 20. Now, we're not just quite there yet, but when you think about the next level, where we're going to next in Bitcoin, it doesn't crash without doing a euphoric move. You go back into 2017, it had a euphoric move. You even go back over here, back into this 2019 run. A lot of people don't study that. I'll look at it again for you. I'll show it here. Look at this. Look at this last move here. See that weekly? Monstrous move. In 1 week, this thing put on 30%. Does that sound euphoric to you? Hell yeah, it sounds euphoric to me. Let's have a look here. In 3 weeks, we put on 114%. Euphoria at its greatest. You go back, and if I had more chart here, you go back and look at 2012. Again, euphoria coupled by a bust off, coupled by the blow off. That's usually what you get. You got it here. There's the blow off. Dumps it hard. Comes back hard. It's all over. Dumps it hard. Comes back hard. It's all over. That does not look like this chart. This chart went dumped hard, went up to a new high, dumped, and you could say, okay, well, Tom, look, it came here. Yeah, but it didn't go very much higher. That's not the type of thing that I would expect. Now, if this happens, all bets are off. If we crash under 38,000 on Bitcoin, which I think is the last level of support, I would think that crypto could be over this cycle. I think it's all happening. What do you guys think? I think 38,000 is incredibly scary. Underneath that level, you going back to 30, it's done. It's done. JJ Crypto says heart attack at 55. Big Kev. Yeah, he certainly was very too excited. Maybe I got to calm it down here on the streams. Got to calm it down on the YouTube videos. How am I going to position for something like this? Well, I think that you're going to look at today's move. You're going to look at getting back into the trend, get back to the 46. We'll obviously be covering it on the channel as much as we can together. Then you need to get above this 51.3. And when you start to make these serious inroads into the market, and you'll see all these points, these serious inroads, it doesn't matter whether you're in this crypto or in other things, though I still think Bitcoin will perform very admirably here. This is where people start to add in things like leverage and they start to position in. So like a professional trader, they'll be incredibly excited. Let's say they'll get excited here. They'll get super excited above 60 and they'll get crazy excited above 65 because they'll know that when you start proofing that, what's happening, you're getting into that scaling of euphoria. And effectively, the cycle's playing out. All of your studies, all of your double rainbows and the rainbow cycles and everything else that people follow on these types of charts, such as this one here, are starting to play out just like last time. And then you can get more confident. And of course, as a good trader or a good investor, it's all about confidence. So when other people lose confidence, guys, I always look at it as, has anything changed? You can't wipe out 10 years of domination in one tweet. That's how I look at it. I'll hand over the room to you guys. What do you think? Benevolent One says from 20K to 60K might be the euphoria. But if it is, then the whole Bitcoin market, the whole crypto market's dead. Because remember, if Bitcoin fails, whether you like to admit it or not, they'll all survive. Of course, these coins will survive and some will be worth more. But you can't change 10 years in one single couple of weeks. It's going to effectively crash the entire market. And then from that, the ashes, the Phoenix will arise, and it may be Ethereum, it may be DOT, maybe ADA, Uniswap, Link, Talcoin, I don't know what else, Solana or whatever it is now. They all might rise up and take out Bitcoin. But realistically, you can't do it this cycle. That's the way I think about it. Rob Money says Matic. Yes, I'm very well aware about Matic. Aldura says can't watch playback error. Cool. That should work soon. Euphoria due south, says GSVN. So obviously not a believer. Well, we'll see very, very soon. Cannot crash with the Fed still printing. Big Kev, aka Satoshi, says Boytonis. Yes. I get margin called at 37K, says Tim. So Tim is hardcore in already. You got to be careful, Tim. Be careful. I want to see confidence, but carefulness, yeah? Nasdaq will go down today. We'll talk about the stock market in a few moments. So BTC, they're the levels we're looking at. Throughout the stream, we'll probably be coming back over, checking out 45.5, checking out 46 if we can get it. Remember, monitor it. And guys in the community, make sure you let me know. Now, also, guys, make sure you like the video if you're enjoying the stream because it does help us out. Okay, a lot of requests here for Matic. Let's have a quick look at Matic before we go into the stock markets. Yes, I know it's at 2. Yes, we theorized yesterday this thing might even go to 244. Here's the chart from yesterday. We went crazy on it because even though it's a vertical, absolutely phenomenal crypto, this thing is, congratulations, Matic people. Wow, very cool. You know what's happening right now? We're probably getting into mass euphoria on Matic. Everyone thinks this crypto can do no wrong. And look here. Look at these last week's candle and this week's candle. It's due to get absolutely owned. Now, when will it get absolutely owned, you say? How can we figure that out? Yesterday, we didn't decide that it was going to get absolutely owned. The price action was too good. Now, we need to go back in time and think about how this followed up. So what did we have? We had a 1 hour 20 and it bounced off 1 hour 20. And when it closed underneath, it went to consolidation. Let's have a look at the times before that. 1 hour 20 bounced off, didn't close underneath, fell through. 1 hour 20, not quite. So let's go maybe even a 45 or a 30 minute. What you are seeing here, though, is the sequence of things that I'll always go through. So I'm probably going to go with the 1 hour 20 because I think it's the most likely to be more accurate. And then what do we expect? Well, if Matic comes underneath the 1 hour 20 and you're holding a giant profit and maybe you want to own other cryptos and you don't want to hold all this thing forever, it's something that I would be paying a lot of attention to. Why? Because this thing is extended. We theorized that this could go to 240, 245 yesterday, but it is a huge move very quickly. So I think you've got to be really careful. 1 hour 20 exponential moving average is the way that I would follow it up. and I'd be very careful around that zone, waiting for closures underneath, and then at that point, possibly rolling the dice on it. So yes, that's my thoughts on Matic at this point. That's why everything is euphoric. I don't think everything is euphoric at this point. Wow had 100K Matic at 0.0001, sold at 0.1. Lunchable Connoisseur says, wow. Okay. You've been picking some good ones there. You had the Tal coin. Remember, you got to love the Tal coin though still. Quick check on Ethereum. Very similar to BTC. All coming up to incredibly critical zones. You know the bottom's in once you get past these zones. I mean, 3.6, does it take a rocket scientist genius at crypto? No, it just takes the FXE community to know that this is the right correct area. I'm sure many of you have already seen this zone and you were like, I did the right charts. I know the FXE community, you guys know exactly what's going on here and you're well aware that this is where we're putting the bottom in Ethereum, and we're looking way more bullish. It's just so close. I can almost feel it. It's so close, guys, but it's not just there yet. So easy. Let's go over to ADA. Completely boring. Let's go over to DOT. Disappointing at this stage. Disappointing. DOT should be recovering. This coin. It's like the normal. This coin is just so annoying because it always gives you signals. And they always seem to not work out. But yeah, look, the bottom should already be in for DOT. It should consolidate here. And we need Ethereum, we need Bitcoin to turn around right now and start to play the game because the bottom is technically already in on this chart. So BTC needs to break through. And that's why whenever you're trading these alts, you can't really trust them that much. What you have to do is you can only trust these two. And if it isn't these two, big X's, because they're just not trustworthy coins. You need history behind them. You need a less market manipulation behind them and all sorts of things. But I would say DOT is right on breakout right now. Why do I say ADA is boring? Because I think a lot of people are going to pull ADA and they're going to go into other coins because they've moved it to a very reasonable market capitalization size. And ultimately that's important. If someone says ADA to $10, no, not going to happen. Not yet. How can it? It cannot do it just yet. Link, another one. This one's actual base is in. It's been more reasonable with its signals as well. So Link's calling a 41 at this stage. We know it's been well upwards of 50 plus. Is the double bottom in? Yes, you'll notice all these charts look very, very similar. I mean, it doesn't take, again, much knowledge to know that. I think the problem with all of them is they're just see how it's just here. So even though the double bottom's in bullish, you've still got all that support that you're kind of dealing with at this point. So I think Ethereum or BTC, look at those levels. When one breaks, the rest of the crypto market will be like, it'll be like crazy. It'll go nuts. And I think it'll be very much back in phase. So ETH, BTC, you guys have the points. Let's go over to the stock market, because the US 100 is at a very important point. 70% of ADA is staked, so that's unlikely. Yeah, but I don't really care whether it's staked or not, Mikkel. Like, ADA is staked. ADA might not be staked. I'm talking about sideways action. I'm talking about lack of big bullish momentum. And that's all that got to do with market capitalization size. If you move to 70, $80 billion from $40, $50 billion, you've done a very large move. Now, other coins start to play catch up. That's usually the way. Now, if you believe that ADA should be worth $150 billion, it's totally different. But I think it goes in stages. That's what's generally happened with ADA Cardano the whole way through. It hit $1. That was a market capitalization size. Polkadot came up with it. Then it went to $1, whatever it was. We've been pretty good on ADA. So I think I'm bored of it, and I'm kind of done with it for now. Could I be wrong? Sure. Absolutely. But I think there's other coins that interest me. US 100, let's go over here. Stock market. What really the channel is about. Remember, if you haven't subscribed, do so now if you can, guys. It does help us out. We're on the road to 60,000. Imagine if we hit it today. How many have we got? We've done amazing. Thank you, guys. We have 59,000 906. Amazing stuff. We're so close to 60 and almost on the way to the big 100. I would love the 100. I'm going to put that thing on the back of the wall. It's going to be glorious. 1,412 viewers as well. Thank you so much, guys. This is the zone we're looking at for the Nas. Nothing's changed since yesterday. We did see a sell-off. We now see, of course, pickup. Where's it going to open? Right on resistance. Is this the most important stock market chart? Yes. Is this a super critical point for the bulls and bears? Yes. Imagine if we bust down here and go down to 13.2. 13,000, almost a certainty. 12.7 becomes incredibly open. Now, if we go above here today and then get a little pullback, what do we think? Bullish market is in. And I'm thinking, of course, we are really back into the correction's over. I mean, were we correct that May was kind of like a sell-off? I guess, you know, from the perspective of the Nasdaq, yes, we were. May has been crap for the Nasdaq and tech stocks. April was bad for, of course, hyper stocks, but the tech stocks did all right. And then this time around, here we are. What am I going to really be looking at? It's not just this one, it's this as well, guys. We want to look at the FANG, and you'll notice, look at the critical level. The FANG's been very good at signaling for us. We've got trough, peak, higher trough. We cracked through. It's the exact same level as the QQQ, as the Nasdaq. All of a sudden, we're back in uptrend, and we start to move up here. So will day traders get involved up here? I think so. Will this signal, of course, 48 and then next level 49, if not all-time highs? I think so. So if the bears are going to take control, they take it right here, right now, and dump this thing off. Because if it doesn't dump off here, it will not do it. Truly Messiah says quick correction, and now it's let's go to the moon. Yeah, well, it certainly could be, Truly. Certainly could be. It's right there. It's right there. Dale Bro says, I linked YouTube with Discord, but what does it do now? So, Dale, if you have Diamond Hands or higher membership, you'll be able to get access to some of the private Discord rooms. So I'll show you the ones that you'll get, just so you guys know. So, okay, you'll see more rooms. You'll see these two. You won't see these other ones unless you have Day Trader or you're part of our website private membership. But yeah, you'll usually see stock, crypto, and then you'll see the private member chat. And I obviously do a hangout each week. I record that, chuck it in here. So we do that for a week ahead. Anyway, I just thought I'd let you know because I have had a lot of questions about it. Please look at the instructions up the top, private community. It will give you all the ways to link it and do everything else. Garrett says, I'm thinking about buying Bitcoin because inflation is bad in the US. I don't really buy it for that reason. I buy it purely because I'm confident in the cycle. I'm confident in the hype train. And I'm confident at this stage that it hasn't sucked everyone's money out purely because of the euphoric phase. Do I think it's about inflation? Do I think it's about anything like that? To me, it's not, but to you, maybe that gives you confidence. For me, it's all about hype train. I want to see people talking about it. I want to go into every single supermarket here in Australia, and I want people around me to be discussing Dogecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum. I don't want them to be talking about anything else. Just talk about crypto. Then we know that we've hit the peak. I want every single barbecue I go to, the whole discussion is crypto. And then you know it's about to be over. That's about it. So Dogelot says, Tom, make that plan. What is that, man? So Dogelot. What, make a plan and put it in front of you? You guys can do it. I'm not confident in my currency, says Garrett. Well, there's a lot of different ways that you can get out of currency. I mean, you can go into stocks. Of course, that might be ultimately liquidated into your currency, but it's still stocks at some value. You could go into, of course, gold and silver. You could go into materials in general, or, of course, you can go into crypto if you want to, or another currency. So, US 100, that's the most important point, 13.4. US 500, boring. Do I say? Yes, I do. Boring, little double toppy up here could be the play. Of course, we've got our clear sign that the bulls are back in control. Closure above this zone. What is that? 4185, let's call it. Pretty much that's what we're looking for. If it gets above, just like the Nasdaq, boom, 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 buyers are back in. And if it gets below here, yeah, well, we're going down. We're going down. And I think it couldn't be clearer in terms of like, at least we're getting some patterns. At least we're getting some structure cycles. Could some of these things work out or not work out? Yeah, I mean, you're probably looking at an arbitrary figure here. I mean, is it the greatest trades I've ever seen? No. But I think around 7 out of 10 times this type of thing usually does work out. Now, I probably shouldn't put a stat to it. But yeah, that's the type of way that I look at the market. And I think if I do this similar concept 7 out of 10 times, I will be more successful than not. Then the next trick is where you're going to put your take profit, where you're going to put your stop losses. And of course, that's what trading is all about. Check the DXY, Tom, US dollar. Yeah, I know. I know where it is. And if you see this, you think risk would be on. Because dollar index is under 90. This should actually be powerhouse in gold and silver right now. And it did up until it broke through. Strangely enough, gold had already moved higher before this happened. Now, because dollar index is underneath here, what I'm looking at, never fail to be scared of the daily. So look at this daily. Last time it got down here and then it fully rejected. Okay. So is the daily down here? Yes. If the daily closes underneath 90, how significant is that? I think it's incredibly significant. We might see a quick rally up to 90, but I think we'd get further sell off and we'd at least go to these lows. And these lows here are about 89.20. I actually think it gets more significant than that though, because we go to a monthly, and when we start breaking this down, guys, oh my God, 88.9, we start going down there, possibly even to the 88.40. And if you go underneath that zone, there's nothing there. Once you get past 88.40, there is literally no support all the way to 84.116. Do you know what that means for gold? Do you know what that means for the stock market and everything else? If the US dollar cracks under this level, we could be in for an incredible reprice from 88 on the dollar index down to 84, which will cause a mega boom in silver, gold, and most likely the stock market as well. Now, is it going to be a mega boom of 20% in the stock market? No, but I think silver and gold will be big beneficiaries of this. And of course, you could also think, even though it's not that correlated, Bitcoin may come along as well. Eka Aurora, Singapore, $2, getting it done here today. TA on SE, man, you know the stocks I like, Eka. Yeah, SE is pretty good. Let's have a quick look at it in 1 second. So dollar index, it's down. It's underneath 90 right now. Let's see how the daily closes. Very bullish for gold and silver. Volatility index, surprisingly, actually spiking here a little bit. A little bit of spike here early. Kind of almost looks like a double bottom, yeah? So imagine we get the US 100 comes back down to 13.2. What's going to happen? This is going to be like here. When it breaks underneath that, what's going to happen? VIX is going to spike. And at the same time, you'll be able to correlate that with that US 100 that we did before, where you know it's a double top at that point, and it's all going to play out. So the VIX will spike at the same time as the US 100 will go down. At the same point, if we see a breakout above 13.4 and a close, what's going to happen? The VIX is going to decline. Remember, these markets are all interconnected. Now, this is, of course, the volatility index of the S&P. So it would just mean S&P above 4185 is here, and S&P below like 4140 is like here. It's crazy how interconnected they all are. All the Gramps buying crypto, so it's time to leave. Yeah, it's a tough one this time around. People are definitely adopting it much earlier. I'm looking purely at BTC from the perspective I need that thing through 46. Okay, that's where I need it. Once it gets through 46, I feel like it's coming back. But yeah, if every single person's participating and we've exhausted the amount of participation, and we could be there, that's the major issue. So we're watching BTC very, very carefully. But I'm still pretty bullish on it at this point. Need to get that 46 done and dusted. Let's go round to SE, which is for Echo Aurora. This is a pretty cool company. Down 2.55% in early morning trade here with the Nasdaq. So it's pretty simple, really, with the technical analysis here. You got 200 supports line. You'll notice that on the daily, it doesn't break underneath. It kind of got under barely. Instantly the next day moved up. I don't class that as a huge, disgusting break. You got a 200 simple moving average sitting here as well. It's a great company. The biggest problem is probably valuation. I find it hard to buy it here. And it's not because I don't love it. I think that they've been incredibly good. I've read that big piece that Klim shared in the private community. I actually went through the whole thing. And I think it's clear that SE, being Shopee in Singapore and all, of course, Southeast Asia, also in Brazil and now in Mexico, is incredibly good at getting it done. And what I mean by that is that when they go into these specific markets where Alibaba or Amazon have arguably failed, they understand that every market has a different psychology. It's like if you view a Chinese website or a South Korean website, when you go to buy something, or a Japanese website, they're all different. From a Westerner's standpoint, you'll look at one and you'll be like, that is the ugliest website I've ever seen. It looks like the 90s internet. But from a psychology of someone buying product in that country, it's the perfect layout. It's the perfect bombardment of insane amounts of text and stuff. And that's what's really important. You can't take that style everywhere. And Shopee are good at doing it. I do think that this company is going to grow heavily moving forward. However, I don't like the valuation that much. It's about $80 billion American right now. And it's a good one. The TA itself, 200, is really all you can look at here. And when you know the bottom's in, it's going to be like this, man. As per usual. I want to see lightning bolt, trough, peak, high trough, high peak, etc. Valuations do matter a little bit on this stock. All right. I got another one here from Upper Decks, US $5. So I'll be that guy. Can we peak at AMC? Love the content and listen every morning on the way to work here in Texas. Thank you very much. 7:45 a.m. here. Yep, I'll peek at AMC for you. No worries, Upper Decks. Here it is, 1464 right now, up 5%. Was up around 1490 plus before. I think any hold above 14 will be very bullish for you, and you can probably see sustained momentum. You can clearly see how important this 14 level is. Look, when you look at, was this 1428 actually? This 1428 is so important. You have resistance, 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 and it's got that all-important double wick rejection or triple wick rejection. So because it's rejected so much, do you know how much squeezing will be done if you can close above 1428 today? That's the type of thing I'm looking at from a price action standpoint. I don't know about how much shorts there are. I don't particularly care. We kind of thought down here, as soon as we closed above 10, this thing was going to go ballistic. Just like last time, when it got above 10, we knew it was going to go ballistic. Both times, I guess we were correct as a community using price action and not understanding one other dynamic about this market other than hype trains. So volume's up. Volume has declined a little bit here. I expect this to be a very volatile morning. And as long as it holds above 1430, that will be a bullish signal on AMC, and then you can move towards your 16, your 18, and your 20, etc. Good luck, Upper Decks, and thank you for listening. Peek at it. Yeah, we had a peek at it. Let's quickly go over to BTC. It's getting a little bit monstered here. I see it's going down. Needs to turn around pretty soon. I don't want to see it back down testing these lows. Remember, if we go under 42 this time, guys, 38K. 38K. Terrible. So it needs to break above 46 over the next 24 to 48 hours, I think, to get sentiment back in the market. We'll continue to watch it throughout the session. All right, let's load up the Webull here. Let's see what the Webull's doing. Let's click the pre-market. So we've got Baidu coming back in. Interesting. Baidu's done very well here for a few days. Maybe it's time we take a look at this one. BIDU is the code. That's the not the first kind of day, but that's definitely quite a few days in a row that's been up. SE down 2.99%. Coinbase down 2.92 to 241. We've got Tesla down again. Michael Burry going crazy on that one. He's loving it. He's telling everyone about how great he is with his $560 million, not billion dollars of shorts or whatever it is. And then not really too many other real reds here. Let me just quickly see if that's refreshed. Yeah, not a huge amount. It's really just kind of a mixed bag, I guess, early this morning. Snowflake actually 216 now. Pretty impressive. That was 190 the other day. So there were some oversold kind of hyper stonks that have come back all right. Peloton was another one that's come back okay. I don't tend to believe in that, but yeah, it's come back better than expected. So percentage change here in the pre-market, we've got AMC up 4. We've got Sundial up 2 somehow. Tilray Belly up, if not flat. And then the rest, GameStop 1.61% down. Okay, let's have a quick look. We'll scroll down. And I think we should go to the tweeters. The Twitter. How's the Twitter looking on the charts? I did say we'd continue to follow this. Remember, I've got interest in this at this level. So still currently no really strong signs on the Twitter chart. Well, we'll come back to that in the next couple of days. Let's take a look at Snow. Is it out of the hellhole it's been in recently? Let's check out the daily. I think it's right at the point where it could tip over again. I think for me, I don't believe that Snow's really got participation back in it until it gets above this 240. Once it gets above here and you see a closure, you know the bottom is fully in. Because look how important that resistance was last time. So at this point, interesting. What else have we got? We've got Net, we've got Cloudflare. We've been looking at a little bit, 70.97. Not much to really report there. Let's have a look at Apple. Apple up 0.62, still floundering, not doing too much. Let's have a look at Facebook's move yesterday. Probably one of my favorite big tech stocks at the moment. 317 continues to strengthen. I think this is still underappreciated in the market in terms of how big it is. And if you're going with the FANG stocks, this is probably still the best one out there. Another one that I think is underappreciated. I saw in a call yesterday that I think it's... who is it? I can't remember the investment fund. They've upped their price target to 6,000. 6,000. So there's quite a lot of rumblings that people are feeling quite bullish here on Amazon. And you can see the price action, even though the rest of the FANG stocks are down a little bit, Amazon and Facebook have been holding this thing up. And they're really pushing to these newer highs. So Amazon's still very good here over a longer term point. I still think it's got some real potential in it, this one. Another thing that comes to mind straight away is also how important a breakup of this point here is going to be. 3.6. We've hit it twice now. Once in September last year, this time in April. And if it gets through, you know, I think the reprice could be severe. Maybe you're talking about a full-on crazy channel where you can take some serious movement past 4,000. I think both of these are good. Did FX going on Twitter make pump? That's just the question, says Michael Davis. I don't think so, man. I don't think so. I got Nano Ledger, Nano X, and I'm getting more into the crypto market. Does anyone else use a USB drive? Most people use that Nano. I'm not sure about others. Craig Wood, US $5. Good morning, Tom. CRTX and Airbnb, please. Both stocks. Thank you very much. I know the Airbnb, the IPO that is back at the IPO price of list. Look, I like the company, but guys, you know, unfortunately, you got to get the knives out, guys. Let's get those falling knives out right now. 1,600 viewers. I want to see a lot of knives. So we'll leave Airbnb to the side while I wait for the knives to come in. And let's just quickly check out CRTX. CRTX. Go to the daily. Okay. A little bit better here. So you've kind of got like a series of slightly higher lows, not higher highs. But you do also have a really clear zone that you need to get above, which is probably around this 40 on the close. So you're at 38.72 in the pre. I would like to see it above the 200 simple moving average. It's been failing at that, and there was a lot of all this weird conjecture over here. But I think to get this bottom in, let's get above this point here. Once you do that, I think you can then move towards the 52. And yes, I said 52. I don't care about the 44 so much there. I don't think that's as bigger an issue as going back up to the 52 at this point. And I would love to see, considering we've got higher lows coming through, once we close above this zone, bullish action should ensue. By the way, if you guys remember, we did Western Digital the other day. I got a message, I think it was from, I won't say their name in here. Supposedly it did quite well. So CRTX, that's my feeling. See how many knives we got. Oh, we got a lot of knives here. Yeah. Unfortunately, Airbnb still too low, still too early to call. We don't have any turnaround story currently in this chart. I want to see way more price action. More base formation, ideally, like that, around the 140. I want to have lightning bolt up. I just want more action if possible. Because this is an IPO, and I like the company. I think it's got a fairly bright future, and I do think it's still going to continue to disrupt the area. However, IPOs always have me worried. I actually nibbled it here myself, personally. I nibbled it. And I thought, oh, well, you know, maybe we can get back up to the 200, 220. That was my idea. And then just gave crap price action. And I had to dump it. I had to get rid of it at this point here. I had to get rid of it. I couldn't hold the Airbnb because the problem is I went against one of my rules. And you guys know what my rules are. And sometimes you go against them. I traded the Airbnb. I shouldn't have done it. I hate IPOs. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. Especially tech ones. Unless I'm in on the glory, either pre-IPO or I take it for that initial run. Other than that, I come back in 12 months' time. I pick up the carcass of the share. When everyone else hates it, I'll be there. Maybe we'll be there as a community together. That's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be coming back with Airbnb, or if we get price action. Look at all the ones. I mean, I yelled about Snowflake. If you went back to one of my earlier lives, I went psycho about this share. Because you guys were going crazy about it up here. Not you specifically, people that watched the channel at that time. You said, oh, you missed the boat. I said it's an IPO and it will get dumped. It always does, and we'll come back and we'll get it. We'll get it, guys. But we'll get it at the right time, not up here in this stupid $400. So luckily, we don't own Snowflake just yet. Truly Messiah says he nibbled. That's right. VE chain for life, 12 to 18 months. That's right, man. Is there an opinionated Tom in the Discord? Says Tad Blair. Oh, I always have opinions. Gotta be careful, you know. I'm just talking in generalities. Education, yeah. Edumacations, guys. It's all about trying to empower you to make better decisions. BTC continually to fail here. Ethereum still holding up okay. So BTC needs to do some work and needs to do some work fairly quickly. DOT also 3884. So some pressure is coming in. Let's have a look at the rest of the markets. What's going on here? 13,373. Meh. Right at the resistance. So that's a super critical day. We are 36 minutes off the open. We've got 1,645 people here. Kamar says, wow, Tom, I'm surprised to hear that, but makes me feel better about breaking my own rules, but I'm working on it. Look, I didn't break on the rule of wanting to buy on a support. I'm not saying the technical was wrong. The technical wasn't wrong, guys. You misinterpret. It's just that I hate IPOs. And I just, like, it's a Tom rule. It's stupid, but I've seen it before. Did I lose much? No. Did I get out? Yes. So I don't really care. But, you know, what I guess I'm saying is you always need to, everyone makes mistakes. And the question is, do you want to learn from them? Do you make the same mistake again? Or when you make a mistake, do you choose to pull it out? And then even if you do make, the problem that I really see from this is if you make the mistake and then you do it again and again and again, it's a recipe for disaster. You know, one of the worst things that can happen is you do it and you make money. Because when you do it and you make money, you get absolutely destroyed. That's the big problem there. Tom Dillon single-handedly crashed Airbnb, says Bloodbath McGrath. Tom, yes, Airbnb, we pick it up when it's down 68% from IPO price, says Daniel Polk. Yeah, we'll come back. Airbnb is cool, but we need it at the point. Did BTC bounce? Not yet. It's still selling off. There it is. There's the BTC. We need above 46, damn it. And when we get there, we get excited. Ethereum, we get excited above 36. And I don't mean just a little bit excited. I mean really excited. But it has to hold this area. I want to actually see this bounce now. I'd rather it doesn't come down here again. Because if it comes down here again, then you're starting to think, well, how weak is this really? I mean, Bitcoin could be going all the way to 38K if it gets through this 42.2. So I'd like to see it bounce at this point, even though it's in the middle of nowhere land. Well, there you go. Right, this 38, 43,814. Buy here. That's what hopefully someone is thinking. Lunchable connoisseur, US $2. Hit the like, you cowards, he says. Jesus, Lunchable. I know Lunchable seems to be able to pick some random cryptos, though. I'll tell you about that. He's got the Talcoin, done well. He had the Matic early, done well. Let's have a look at the lines. Let's see what this Bitcoin's doing. Let's load up some BTC lines. You guys see the lines? Yeah, you can. So where are all the BTCs? Damn, there ain't no buyers. What the hell? So little buyers. Wait, is this even refreshed properly? Let me just refresh this. There we go. Okay. So where are all the stacked buys from the feeds? Yeah, there's not that much, is there? So 44,000 is pretty damn weak. There's not much buyers till 42.8. There's not much. There's quite a lot of sell lines as well. It's got to go through. So you can see here lots of weakness currently in this market. Lots of weakness. Now, I don't know why this hasn't upgraded to what I want. So let me just see if I can go to a 2 hour. Maybe a 1 day. There should be on this particular chart, which was shared in the community, by the way. So thank you very much there. I think Zigman shared it. There should be actually a little heat map that comes up. And I don't know why maybe it's aggregated heat map. No. Because this aggregates all the exchanges, so you can see the bigger amounts. But generally speaking, I'll fix it for tomorrow. It actually shows you where all the big stops were, and it shows you where all the big load markets were as well. So you can actually go through and see the huge amounts of manipulation by the whales in Bitcoin. We'll bring this one back into the charts tomorrow, because yeah, it's not refreshing correctly. I got another donation here. Eka Aurora Singapore, $5 TA on big discount store. A big discount store. All right. Oh, and we've missed one. Marcel. Sorry, man. We missed you. Ron, $10. Hey, Tom, ILMN, please. Marvin the Martian says BTC headed further south. Not just yet, damn it. Not just yet. We need this thing back up. 500 likes equals hype training coming. That's right. That's exactly correct. ILMN, Illumina. I want to see Bitcoin above 46 pretty bad. I would love confirmation that we've got a nice bottom in. And at this point, we don't. Well, here's another example of where you need bottoming to come through. It's only a 4 hour. Let's go to a bigger time frame, like a weekly. Get a bit of a lie of the lands, what I like to do. Okay, so some nice kind of rejections. Currently pre-market down 0.17 here. Bullish. Wicks, right at the right zone. Lots and lots and lots of buy support here. 4 hour. You can see the structure. Supports 370. Resistances, probably 385 is the way I'd look at it. I'd usually go body to body, but I want a little bit more room. And I think once you get through this, get a closure above this, you can be way more confident that the market's coming through. What I'd actually do is I'd actually go to a daily. Yep, make sure that you get a daily close above that 20, and then you can be more confident this thing's moving towards 420. Not a bad stock at the correct level. It just needs a little bit more action for you to show the direction. Look, BTC, it's arriving. It's coming back, Dave. I saw your comment, Dave. We're not hating on it right now. We need this thing to come back up for the sake of many crypto traders out there, I'm sure. Lunchable Connoisseur, thank you. And Eka Aurora, Singapore $5 TA on the big discount store. What is the big discount store? Is this some like American, is this it? BGFV? Eka, I don't know this stock, man. Never traded in my life. We'll go with this one. Big 5 Sporting Goods Company. I hope that's it, dude. Let me just have a look here. Dave says, turn on heat map in settings. Oh, thanks, bud. I don't really use this very much, but probably should. Where's the settings, bro? Oh, here. All right. Let's use these buttons. Heat map settings. Do we need that? Yeah. We want all of these. Okay. That's good. And then we want heat map settings. Okay. Reset to default. Will that take it in? Probably not. Background transparency. Maybe if we make it like a more yellow color. I don't know. I'll play with this later. I'm probably being a nufty here, guys. All right. I got a bit of boomer in me. Bit of boomer. I don't know why that's not loading. Someone's probably getting super frustrated and be like, just click the button, Tom. It doesn't matter. We don't need it today. We'll bring it back in tomorrow. So, yeah, that Illumina was interesting. We also got a question here from Mohammed before we do Eka's one. Tom, I would super chat you, but it's disabled in my region. Yeah, I'm sorting that out. I'll have it done tomorrow, apparently. So could you check a GVO, please? Sure, Mohammed, we'll do that. Oh, sorry, man. We certainly will do that. Ticker is big. Okay. Big Industries. Big lots. Oh, dude, I still don't know which one it is. Ticker is big. Bit of boomer in me, says Boytonis. That's right. Silver will hit $100 by next year, says Silverliner. You're very optimistic. They won't allow that to happen without a serious fight, and they probably will smash us. We'll go with this is probably not it. Oh my God, I'm struggling here. I don't know which one is this big store. Big Five, Big Commerce, Big Lots. Eka, just message me in Discord and I'll just sort it out for you later, man. Matthew Harris, Australian $5. ASX Zip bounces off weekly 50 since 2018, but daily isn't looking promising yet. What's your thoughts on waiting week versus daily? You mean, can I zip it? Yes, you can. Is that what you're talking about? They're pushing the biggest amount of advertising on... losing my voice. This is what happens when you talk all day, guys. So, yeah, they're pushing a huge amount of advertising right now, Spotify, etc. I keep getting spammed by it. It's really annoying. Look, Zip is on the 50. You are correct. It bounced off this last time. The biggest problem here is just going to be raw, like government risk. Okay? Government risk is the big one. I think they're probably picking over quite a few new users. So I would be looking probably more at Afterpay. So Afterpay, for anyone that's from America, is another one of these pay services. And see how it's getting beaten down. It's actually closed below everything good. And it is holy. So this looks really bad right now on the charts. If I go back over to Zip, I feel like Zip is holding because they're advertising and they're putting on new users and stuff. I don't particularly like it here. I would want to see more action. I want to see a literal lightning bolt. If you don't get price action, man, it could be falling knife action here. And I don't want that to happen to you. So 4 hour. Oh, there is one bullish sign, and that is this one. And I'm sure this is what you've done. So the trend line has been broken out above. Maybe you get above like 720, 740. There could be a bit of a trade here towards the bullish side. Maybe upwards of 850 or so. Yeah, it's a tough one because I think this company is down enough, but at the same time, legislation is coming for it. Legislation is coming for it. Something's up. What's up? What's up, Dave? Link's still doing pretty well, actually, here in the markets. Let's just quickly scroll down through. We haven't done Tesla yet, down 1.18. This is what I did in today's video. I actually think it's pretty solid. It's actually really good stuff, if I do say so myself. So we've got support here, resistance at the 592. I think that's super significant. Double support with the resistance. Effectively, what happens? Closed above here. You're going to get above the 2 hour 20. You put a little double bottom in. Traders will come back in and start buying up Tesla at this point. Now, if Tesla closes below this area, below the 560, oh my God. Michael Burry, he's going to look like a literal genius because I actually think underneath this zone, I don't care about the 50. I think it's going down, guys. 450, 500. If Harry was here, he would not be happy about this one, but it needs to get above that little bottom. But did you see how good it is? It's a nice little one. Look, very cool. Very cool. Exactly what you want to see. Not bad. I sent it to him on Discord. Let's have a look. Big lots. Okay. Thank you very much. Here is the big that was sent before. Thank you, Dave. Oh, we're on 2 hours, so that's too early. All right, let's have a look here. Let's redo this. Weeklies. Okay. Closures. More like a 71. Oh, wow. It's tough out there on this one. Huge amounts of momentum. You think that's accumulation, wouldn't you? I don't mind the chart from the accumulation standpoint. You've got wick rejection, wick rejection, wick rejection. That's 3 rejections in a row. Very strong. And then you've got your resistance across the board here, which is, again, very strong. You're in the middle of that zone, but I like all these rejections. So I think once you close above here, you're seeing an $80 for sure. Because when you get above here, $80 just seems very, very probable. Legislation will legitimize and create a buying op. I don't think so, Franklin. I think the problem with ZIP is legislation is going to ruin the experience. So what's going to happen is people are going to need to fill in all these details. When they fill in these details, they think, oh, this is just like the bank. And then they just go to the bank instead. The banks want legislation for a reason, because instead of when you sign up for Afterpay or Zip, it's just like, bam, you're in and you got some credit. You don't have to do anything. It's easy. It's a very quick transaction. It's done quickly. When they legislate you, it's paperwork, nightmares. They'll need a lot of automation on their AI tech to get it through. And I think that's what the banks are looking for. Hey, I don't mind this at all. I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad. You've got very clear direction here. You've got a clear 70 zone. I think that if you can break through here, that compelling weekly story of big rejections should push, and I think you could get to 80. So not bad, Eka. Good spot. You've spotted some good ones here on the channel recently. Very cool. Eric Kempton, US $4.99. RKT closing above 1750, building back up. Oh, RKT. We haven't seen this since the squeezes before, where unfortunately some people got burnt. Hey, you could be correct from the perspective of getting in early on it. Now, what's the volume doing here? Very low. Did we get any volume spikes last time round? Did we get any accumulation? Not really. This stupid earnings thing's over the top of this one. It's a good thought process, man. RKT, another one of those ones they like to hit up. We also know it's full of the memes. Oh, yes. What's the short on this at the moment? I mean, you're thinking the right thoughts. I like your thought process. If something goes like AMC, let's say GME goes as well, what else is going to go? Something like RKT, something like COS. Those are other ones that are well known to go with it. It's really just gambling, though. Do remember that. Yeah. The problem is if you're not in early, you get that explosion and it's very, very, very quick, just like last time. So where's the explosion going to go initially? Somewhere probably up into these 24s, 23s. Then if it gets through there, it could be, I don't think it'll ever be as good as this one, but it'll probably be like a 28 or something. So there's some opportunity here in RKT, but again, you're really just buying it thinking, okay, well, how much worse can it get? How much worse can it get versus how much reward can I make if the community picks up on it? Cool idea. Cool idea. People mentioning coin, not sure why. Coinbase 241, went as low as 238. I do think at these levels, if you believe Bitcoin's going to turn around, this is an opportunity. We know it trades quite heavily with BTC price and of course the rest of the coin market. So yeah, just all based on sentiment really. around these 240s, 250s, you're getting down to where it should have listed, not this ridiculous price. But what do I say about this? It's an IPO and therefore it's crap. That's right. That's what I think anyway. I'm not breaking no rules on this nasty one. Look, the way I see Coinbase is once this cycle ends in crypto, Coinbase will always make money, yes, but it won't make that much money once a cycle ends. So it's really just one of those ones that you sleep on. 12 to 18 months time could be the perfect time for Coinbase. Could be the perfect time for Coinbase if the market's doing what it's going to be doing. Have you seen Seagate STX in the last 2 candles? Look, we were kind of on this one. This was a great trade here from the community member. They knew who they were. We were talking about Western Digital down here. It's broken out as well. Very strong. STX, Seagate Technology, massive movement here. Hard drives, of course, are going mental right now in the market. So hard drive manufacturers are pushing it through. I think it's the mixture of crypto, a mixture of supply issues and all sorts of things. But yeah, demand is hot for big data. And you can see STX is breaking out. Western Digital is another one. Is it still okay, Western Digital? I would argue it's still not bad. I mean, it's closed above. If you took the distance of this range and you thought about this and you extrapolated it out, there's still room here in digital to 85, 84, 85 areas. This is the breakout. I mean, yesterday we saw the confirmation breakout. If it comes back here, what's going to happen? Buying pressure, you would think. Does it care about the rest of the market sentiment? Probably not. So doing quite well at this point. Truly Messiah says IPO with a bunch of emojis. Absolutely. Metals dropping. Is the dollar index rising at this stage? Dollar index 89,819. I guess that's a slight rise, isn't it? Yeah, a little bit of a rise. Look, I'm kind of feeling gold's hit that level for now. We'll have to see what happens next on it. Matic is pumping. Your best crypto bet. Consult your financial advisor, says Puppycoin. Okay, thank you very much, Puppycoin. XLE, please. Let's have a look at XLE. So we're coming into that time in the market. We've got 16 minutes till the market opens. You guys know what time it is. Select what you want. We'll let you have 3 today. So I know one's going to be Tesla, so don't vote Tesla. So you've got US 100. We're going to watch on the open. We're going to watch Tesla. 2 more is what I want. Guys, vote on it now. Put them through. Spam those chats. Spam the chatterinos. We'll go into some hype also very shortly. Energy sector's looking good. Looks for a breakout here. All these rejection wicks are being broken out above. US oil. Oh, it's so close. US oil just needs to give me a 66.50. Come on, give us the closure up here. So we know that things like ZOM and other ones are going to go high. XLE looked great. ZOM is also up 0.45% today. We're still looking at that 67 target here for this one. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So yeah, XLE, all of those are fine. Let's move a Safe Moon. Safe Moon ain't happening. I'm not letting it on. Safe crap, that's what it is. My opinion only. You might like Safe Moon. AMD 75. It just keeps trying to hold the level. It keeps trying to hold the level. Square, people asking about. Yep. Square keeps bouncing as hard as it can off the 200. Basically flat in today's opening session. TDOC still major disappointment. I'm actually going to re-enter TDOC. I want to re-enter TDOC, but I want absolute confirmation that this hideous decline is over. I don't know about their CEO either. He creeps me out. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. PLTR. Let's have a quick look at Palantir. 0.34 still doesn't. Well, you know, there's one good sign here for Palantir. It looks like it's put the base in yesterday. Trough, peak, high trough, high peak. Ooh, Palantir. I mean, I don't trust it. You know, I don't trust the technicals very much on this. Maybe a 21 plus break gets me excited for Palantir. But you should be feeling a lot better, Palantir people. You should be feeling a lot better. Okay, let's scroll through, see what you guys want to select. There's a huge smattering of different ones. PLTR comes up a lot. AMD comes up quite a lot. I think PLTR might be a selection, and it looks like I better do end phase for VE chain for life. He always asks about it, so I better do it. You ask so much. And I've also got to do GVO for Muhammad as well. All right, so let's do GVO first. Cool. You must be glad that base got put in recently. Looking at a 740 for the high. Oh, we don't want horizontal ray. Let's chuck that on. Yeah, I mean, everything's looking good for a movement to 740. Currently 725 in the pre-market. Congratulations. When it hits this, I would expect some selling. You close above here, significant push, could go up to 10. So GVO looks fine on the chart. This is a chemical specialty company. And yeah, it got beaten down quite a lot. N phase. Another one we get requested quite a lot for. Too early to tell whether the falling knife of hell is over for this one. Some consolidation, which is nice. Some consolidation, which is nice. Okay, guys, you know what time it is. It's time for the intro. It's time to get a little bit hyped here, guys, for Tuesday Market Open. Let's do it. All right. And yes, I know I'm still small. I haven't fixed that part. Follow us on the Twitters at FX Evolution, !Discord. If you want to get into the public Discord community, come join us. We've got thousands of members in there. I'll put them in here. !Twitters, !Discord. Join us soon. And guys, welcome to Tuesday Market Open. That's not the rainbow I saw, by the way, guys. I saw an upwards rainbow, not the negative rainbow. All right. Very good. I'm feeling better about the world already. So N phase, the problem with it is not that it isn't a good company. It's just how crazy I think the move was on it. And the market is punishing all these stocks. You know, you're getting into that zone, though, where you're like, ooh, how much worse can it really get? I mean, 50% fib pullback, 61.8. I mean, you're starting to get into a zone where you're thinking, damn, you know, we're getting Feb 20, May 20 down here. And at this point, we're getting October. So that's starting to turn on some pretty negative results. I haven't seen a turnaround in these stocks though yet. So I'm not interested. I'd rather not pick the falling knife on these stocks. I know better than to do that if possible. Okay, so we're about 11 minutes off the market open. We've got a whole bunch of votes coming in here for all of the different ones. Jason says F-gas prices are out of control. What are the F-gas prices today? Let's have a look. F-gas prices. Let me have a quick look here at the old chart history for the F-gas price. I'll bring it up. Just grabbing it. Oh, it's all right. It's not too bad compared to how bad it's been. There's our Ethereum gas prices. They are going up. But if we look over the last couple of days, I mean, look at this one. Oh, my God. May 13th, 504. Wow. It looks kind of nice, really. So, yeah, I think it's okay. Tom is a Yankee at heart, I believe. Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind a bit of a bit of America. I think it's pretty cool. I was looking at what it's like to live in Miami today. Did you know that? I literally was looking at a video. What it's like to live in Miami. I was like, I wonder how good Miami is. Guys, in America, is Miami any good to live in? Tell me. Interesting. All right, let's bring up this pre-market analysis. What have we got going on here? What is worthwhile looking at today? Well, of course, AMC is the story. I want to see not the fake market, not the after or the pre. I want to see the real market hold of 1430 plus. That's the resistance you're looking for there. You can see the movements coming through. Like cost is another one that people have been probably sleeping on. RKT, those types of stocks could run if GameStop gets involved. And then people look for the other ones. Baidu, I wanted to do some work on that. Another interesting one, Walmart coming through here. Snowflake 2.28, and on the negative, nasty side, SE 207. So it's coming back down to 200. 200's quite a lot of support there. Yes. Coinbase 3.23. Because you know, the house in Melbourne that you own is like literally cheap in America. I mean, in America, you could take that money and buy a pretty damn good mansion. But we have like little miniature shacks that are like $1 million. There was one that sold in Sydney the other day. People were outraged on it. It was like a bomb had hit this place. Oh, you probably can't say that on YouTube. It was like bad things happened to this place. Hadn't been lived in for 15 years, sold for 1.6 million. Only 300 square too. Very small. Very small. So SE, yeah, really getting hit here in the morning trade. All right. Let's have a look here. What do people say about that Miami? Bob Dole says swamp people. Florida is disgusting. Oh. Okay, Miami is great. Nope. Humid. Hell no. Nope. Nah. Nope. Move to Miami. I don't even know what's going on here. Move to Miami Gold Coast. Or GC. I don't even know what that means. All right, there's a lot of people saying yes or no. I know one thing I wouldn't do is move to Cali. And I'm not saying it's because Cali is a bad or good place. The tax is too much. It's like Australia. I don't want to go. You don't want to go to another taxation place that's as bad as Australia. Might as well just go and live in some other joint if you're a trader and you don't want to pay tax. Let's have a look at Baidu. BIDU. 1 week. 1 day. Ooh, this is almost basing. 7 minutes till open, guys. I'm just having a quick look around some things, seeing if we're finding some sleepers here. Because Baidu's been getting absolutely destroyed. I mean, you put this in perspective. This is a Chinese stock, obviously. Big company, though. It's back down. So in March, it got crushed to 174. It got crushed again. That was during that whatever the hell crisis it was. And when you think about where this stock's been over time, you're thinking, how does a tech stock go down from 270 all the way down to 87, then back up to 347? And then at this point, after a pandemic, we're down here. Well, that's the beauty of some of these ones in these markets. There's no trend line here for us, so whatever. But you know what? That's almost basing. And I think that's why it's up so much today. It's closing through the base. So effectively a little double bottom here on the smaller time frames. Getting taken out. 197 in the pre-earnings. Maybe then it pulls back after the earnings hype. And we start to see some further bullish momentum. Interesting stock at an interesting level if you're willing to take the government risk. JD, another one that's probably going to come good at some point. Falling knife at this stage, but it's getting closer and closer. Remember, when we broke through here, we knew no more JD. We're not interested in that for now, and we've been kind of representing this one. But I will come back into these stocks. I think there are potentials here in things like JD, and I'm interested at like the 65. So we'll be looking at 65 fairly closely on this channel, along with our biotech. You look at something like ARCG. Yeah, I'm not saying you want to buy the genomic revolution, but if you have a look here, look. Guys, give me some biotech funds in America. Give me some codes right now. Let's have a quick look at them, actually. Look at this. Some of your favorite healthcare stocks starting to base out here, possibly. I'm actually... Look, if you were to say to me which am I most bullish in, I think that this biotechnology, healthcare, genomic revolution is probably more underappreciated and less likely to be hit up by the government from taxation standpoint over the next decade. So I am still interested in this. Space Coast is the best. Florida has no income tax. California was a great place to live 35 years ago. Not anymore. This is coming from K. Clark. All right, thank you very much. Anyway, I think I've started a war in the chat, so let's just not even talk about it anymore. We don't need to talk about that real estate. I live in Melbourne, rather move to Orlando or San Diego, says Elise. See, Melbourne people know because we got locked down like hardcore last year. I know America did. But, yeah, anyway, it's all right. I like Australia. Australia's pretty good. Did I miss any super chats? No. Eric Kempton, I've got you. Let me see if we've got some more codes here. Regen, yeah. I want, like, funds. mRNA, yeah. RK, lol. Yeah, that's right. Blue. What's blue? Blue. What is this thing? Yeah, it's basing after. Oh, that was a nasty drop. Oh my god. Look at this. 42%. Oh. No. Too early, man. That is not good. What the hell happened here? Oh my god. No blue. I mean, it's basing, but damn, that thing is a... I mean, look at the history of disappointment over the last couple of years. You want to pick up like funds or something in this space. You can't predict which one's going to win. That's the problem with it. You need heaps and heaps and heaps and heaps of diversity when you're starting to talk about these kind of healthcare ones. You don't know which is going to be the next company. And if you believe you do, well, you're smarter than me. You just basically pick a whole smattering of them and go, I believe in the concept. Blue had 2 big drops. Oh, I can see it. It's horrible. What's your thoughts on Bitcoin now? Hasn't changed. Nothing's changed. We look at 46. I mean, I know it's down at this point in the stream, but 46, and I still was looking at that 8-hour, and I was pretty happy with that closure. But again, we saw the 46. We've got to wait. Ethereum, nothing changes. We wait for the 36. Unfortunately, until we get through those signals, we cannot be more confident that the bottom is in. What's the other level for Bitcoin? 38. Nothing changed during the stream, guys. We are still exactly the same as we were at the beginning. We are cautiously optimistic on Bitcoin finding its base here. 38K is probably as bad as it gets. Under 38K, I really feel like crypto's all over for this time round. That will scare me. Under 38K scares me. But at this point, it doesn't scare me. Let's load up here. We've got 1 minute. My God. Did I even put the 4 screens on? No, because I'm not organized. All right, let's get the US 100. We are 13,356. Let's look at the 5 minute here. Now we voted for, we had Tesla. Where the hell is my Tesla? Tesla. And then I think AMC won out. And then I think it was Palantir. Don't know how Palantir got there, but Palantir. All right, we're ready for the open. Here we go, guys. 20 seconds to go. Let's get this opening bell. I'll play it for you right now. Whew, what a beautiful sound. Welcome to Tuesday Market Open. Congratulations for getting through. We have a super chat coming in from JG, $4.99. Thoughts on Doge? We were on a vaccination. We were on a vacation in San Diego, and all the hotel employees were talking about Bitcoin and Doge. Very interesting. That's it. I don't like that, man. I don't want to know about hotel employees talking about any of those things. You know what I think about elevator talk? It's never a healthy thing for a market, and that's what has me worried. Everyone's talking about it already. How much more? How many more people can we suck in? You need like every single person. And I think we're getting very close. We're definitely sped up. So here comes the market. We're open right now. We can see that the US 100 started a little bit weak. US 500 started 0.02, 41.68. So there was some weakness coming into this session. 2047 here for Palantir, boring as. So I'm going to get off that one. What else is going on? Net 2.56. No, up another 2.75. Still no trades there, unfortunately. US oil 66, gold 1868, dollar index hovering through the area. Let's quickly load up BTC here and just watch how it's dealing with this space, because it needs to kind of bounce right now, I feel like. And getting back down on these levels again, not really very healthy. It kind of wants to bounce right here, right now, if it can. So yeah, the market's come in. The squeeze wasn't as good as the fake market for AMC, which I guess is an expectation. GME down 4%. And the rest through here. So the market, not too healthy. Tesla's going to put pressure on the 560 here. You know what my thoughts are. Closure under 560. I think it's all downhill from there. And Tesla might also be preempting further weakness through hyperstonks. So remember, when Tesla fails, possibly a lot of sentiment will fail. Margin calls will come through and all of that. So JG, my answer to you about the Doge. My thoughts on Doge is it's really just run by Elon Musk. If you want to trade Doge, you need Elon Musk to buy. I mean, basically, if he comes in and we'll load it up on the bottom here, if he comes in and spams, oh, I've bought Doge or something, then it will go up. This is a meme stock, effectively, but it's a meme crypto. There's no TA you can really do on it successfully. You could say, oh, I think that, I'm going to buy this zone because it was previous resistance. Ultimately, it just degrades over time as more and more people take profit, and then it needs that massive catalyst. And the only catalyst I see in Doge other than pump groups is Elon Musk. So if Elon Musk tweets, Doge goes up. If he doesn't, it slowly degrades over time until his next tweet. That's how I feel about it. US 100 now, 13,332. Let's load up the broad market, click it through. Percentage change. All right, so we've got SE coming down to 207. Coinbase 3.28 down. Tesla down 2.11. Square down 1.22. And the rest in the green side of space, we only have Walmart, Baidu down a little bit more than it was. Snowflake, Twilio, Spotify, and some banks. So it is a mixed bag. It looks like consumer defensives are moving hard. Let me just load up the chart that lets us follow all of this live. Okay. Let me refresh the chart that follows it live. Yeah, thank you very much, Dave. Okay, so I've loaded this up, guys. Here it is. So what do you expect in down days if things are going to go bad? Usually consumer staples, which is this dark blue. And then you also expect, of course, utilities to start coming through with some positives and healthcare to start coming through with some positives. So it'd be interesting to track these. Remember, this is Coifin, free application, pretty cool. And you can see all the sectors in real time as they trade through. So that's what we've got in the early morning. Very interesting stuff. US 100, the first hour will not teach us much. I think the only trigger signal we have here is weakness under the 13.2. My God. Under 13.2, every single one of these markets is going to probably drop. US 500 as well will get smashed under the 41.41. So the bears could still be in control. And the bulls, all they need to do is get it back above 13.4 with a nice daily close. And hey, they're back in town. It's decision day very soon. I would say 1 to 2 more days and we should have decision time in the markets. Vincent says, do you think the Nasdaq will fall back again? Look, it's too early to tell, man. We need signals like shoot lightning bolts down, or of course under 13.2. But under 13.2, 13,000's instantly open, and then the 12.7 seems quite likely, which has been our prediction all along. The only thing I'm looking for is when do you have to go bullish again, and you only have to go bullish really past the 13.4. Zom to the moon, says Johnny Knoxville. I assume it's up again today, man. Yeah, some of the energy sector might be up a little bit here. US oil needs to get a 66.50 closure for you to be very excited. So there's the little bit of purchasing off the 560 coming through with Tesla, quickly up to the 570. And I think that's the important points to load up. So we'll recap. BTC, 46, 46, 46, 46 until it's through that level. Don't care. Ethereum, 36, 36, 36 until it's through that level. We can't be sure there's any kind of base in, at least from a technical perspective. And US 100, we're looking for the closure either above 13.4 on a daily, on a real market, by the way. We don't want the fake futures market. We need above this zone. So what's this? 13.430 closure. Boom. The buyers are back in town. Or we get under here, this 13.2 closure. Boom. The sellers are back in town. That's really as simple as it gets today from the perspective of how I'm seeing the markets and hopefully how some of you are. Claiborne says, can't count on Elon when it comes to technology development. If he's working in Doge for real, watch out. Okay, that'll be interesting. NDX just testing the hourly 50 right now. Yeah, look, we can always find a lot of different moving averages. The main importance is just looking at the support resistance. Moving averages are only an augment to your trade. Remember, you use them along with psychology. What's happened before? Have we touched those zones before? Have we found support resistance at those zones multiple times before? Is there support resistance there? Think of it as it adds like 10 to 15% to your decision, and the rest should come from the price action and the psychology of the market. Never rely too much on the moving averages if we can. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us here for Tuesday Market Open. As per usual, we'll be back at you tomorrow with another one of these. We'll be coming at you with a video tomorrow morning as well. Boy, oh boy, do I hope we get some good direction on this Nasdaq. And to the over, 5,000 people that have come through the stream, thank you so much for subscribing, clicking that like button, and supporting the community. I'll be laser focused here on BTC. I'm focusing in because I really want to get that 46 close above, and then we could see some action. And I'll also be laser focused on Nasdaq, and tomorrow we'll probably do some healthcare stuff as well, because I think it's still a cool sector to be looking at. Bye for now, everybody. Catch you soon. Also join the Twitter or the Discord. ! Twitter or Discord should give you the link. Good work, Streamlabs. You finally did something correct. Kevin, don't talk dirty about BTC, man. No 30K, okay? We need one more market action romp. Otherwise, we lose all ability to trade the crypto market. We need this cycle to play out just like last time, so we get this beautiful movement again. And then we can be predicting the 12 to 18 month crash as well, man. No